So, you want to smell great this winter, but you want to do it on a budget. Sure, there are some amazing winter fragrances like Tobacco Vanille, Parfums de Marly Herod, even 1821 man-made spirits that smell amazing and perform great in the wintertime. However, they are not great if you don't want to spend an absolute fortune on them. So if you want to smell great in the colder months and on a very, very cheap budget, whew, have I got a video for you. This will be a winter budget battle on 3 heavyweight cheap fragrances, all of which can be found for under $30 for a 100 ml. All of these, I would say, are geared definitely towards the colder months of the year. So let's meet the competitors and see who will emerge victorious from this battle. I'm going to start off with definitely the heavyweight of the list. Many of you have probably heard of this. It's been pretty hyped on YouTube. This is Salvatore Ferragamo F Black. Like I said, many of you have probably heard of this fragrance. It's been talked about quite a bit, and you can find this for around $28 for a 100 ml bottle. Alright, second competitor is going to be a flanker of a more popular fragrance from this house that is actually a clone. So this is a flanker of a clone, and this fragrance itself is actually a clone. This is Perry Ellis M. Very interesting shaped bottle, and you can find this for around $20 for 100 ml. And the last competitor of this battle, while I don't love this person as much as my beloved Cleveland Cavaliers LeBron James, I still think he is just as good as this player. You may probably know what I'm talking about by now. It's from the house of Michael Jordan. It is Legend. So is this stuff a legend? We shall find out. You can find Michael Jordan Legend. This is the cheapest on the list for around $17 100 ml. So now that you have met the competitors, let me tell you how I will be breaking up this battle video. I'm going to be testing these fragrances and comparing them against each other in 4 different criteria. We have, of course, smell, which I think is probably the most important when I am rating fragrances in general. We have the performance, how long it lasts. Also the versatility, what occasions is it best worn in. And lastly, the compliment factor, what type of compliments and reactions does it get. All of these are very good value, 5 out of 5, I'm going to say that right now, so we don't need to do a value category. And then at the very end, we will tally them up and see who comes in 3rd, 2nd, and of course 1st. So get prepared, hope you're ready for this video. We shall see who is going to win. So let's start things off with the smell factor. I am going to go with Perry Ellis M to start off with. So what does this fragrance smell like? This is indeed, I would say, a clone of Chanel Allure Homme. It does have a very creamy cinnamon sort of vanilla vibe. This does smell a little bit more mature to me than the Chanel Allure Homme does, but overall it's a very smooth, creamy, well done cinnamon scent. I will say I don't like the dry down. It has a little bit of a mustiness in the dry down. Smells a little bit too old if you ask me. But I can't deny that it is a pretty good quality for the price, and it is a very nice, smooth, well done cinnamon smell. Let's go with F Black. This is definitely the most unique fragrance of this list and possibly in my entire collection. Really, this is a conglomerate of several other fragrances. First of all, when you first spray it on, yeah, it has the opening of like lavender and pepper. It is a very sharp sort of a freshness in the opening, but definitely in there is this creaminess. Not really sure what it's coming from, but I have heard other people say this, and I would agree. It does smell sort of like La Nuit de l'Homme a little bit, mixed with the lavender, peppery freshness. And this, I can say, is a love it or a hate it scent. I have come across people that absolutely love this and definitely hate it. There's really no in between with this one. I am more on the end of definitely liking it. I think it is very unique. I love the freshness that it has. It is definitely very masculine, has a punch to it, which is really, really good. And overall, just a super different and unique smell. And now let's go with Michael Jordan Legend. This will definitely remind you of Bond No. 9's New Harlem and Rochas Man. I would say it lacks the depth that both of those have. Sits a little bit flat on the skin. It is sort of like a sweet, nondescript gourmand type of a smell. It does have sort of a faint coffee vibe to it and sort of a lavender thing going on, but when I smell it, all I smell is just sort of a sweet fragrance. That's pretty much all that I get. It's not necessarily bad, but it doesn't necessarily blow me off my feet by any stretch of the imagination. Again, for the price, I'm not really too upset. It's just a nice sort of sweet, airy, gourmand, coffee reminiscent scent that will remind you of more expensive fragrances. So now let's go with some ratings. In terms of smell, I think Perry Ellis M is going to score a 2.5 out of 5 points. I think it's okay, smells similar to Chanel Allure Homme. As for Salvatore Ferragamo F Black, it gets a very good 4 out of 5. Really different, very unique and masculine. Really, really like the smell of that one. And for Michael Jordan Legend, it's sort of a synthetic, flat, lacking depth gourmand fragrance that has sort of a nice sweet vibe to it. So for that, I'm only going to score it a 2 out of 5. Alright, we progress into the performance category. How do these fragrances perform? I can also say they have better performance than I was expecting. Start off with this one, F Black, definitely has the best performance of the bunch. This one will easily get you 7 to 8 hours of longevity and great projection. Seriously, within 2 or 3 hours, this stuff has amazing sillage, will really push out more than an arm's length I have found, and has a very nice, powerful punch to it, like I said. So great performance with this one. With Perry Ellis M, this one I find doesn't project as much, but it still lingers around for a pretty good amount of time. Usually 7 to 6 hours is what I get with this one. However, I have had times where I sprayed it like on the back of my head or something, went through the entire workday, come home, and I could smell it throughout the house. So it definitely does linger around, I can say that. And let's go with this one, Michael Jordan Legend. I swear to you, even though this is an eau de cologne, it doesn't perform like one. This actually performs like a respectable eau de toilette. Very surprisingly, this scent smells like it would be gone within 20 minutes, but that's just not the case. This fragrance actually does last for a pretty good amount of time, 5, 6, even 7 hours sometimes with okay projection. Very surprised and very admirable performance for this one. So for the performance ratings, I'm going to give Salvatore F Black a 4 out of 5. Very good performance with that one. As for Perry Ellis M, I'm going to score that one a 3. I think it's a little bit above average. And Michael Jordan Legend, surprisingly for an eau de cologne, is really good. It gets a average 2.5 out of 5. So for the versatility factor, when are these best worn throughout the year? I would say all these are definitely geared towards the winter time. Let's start off with Michael Jordan Legend. This would be great for, let's say, a high schooler, maybe into college as well. I think it could be easily worn to classes, very casual. I wouldn't really dress this thing up because it smells synthetic, and that's about the only scenarios that I see this working best for in. Now as for Perry Ellis M, this is a very nice, a little bit more mature, casual scent, I think. I've worn this to work also. It does very nice in the office place. Wouldn't really recommend it for the clubs, doesn't have enough of a pump to it. And I think you could dress this one up. If you're wearing a suit, if you're a gentleman, you could dress this one up. Definitely no problem. And let's go with F Black. I also say this is a really good winter fragrance, but at the same time, it is a very nice fragrance for fall and spring. If you live in cooler climates, you can easily rock this for those seasons. Occasions, wow, outdoors, definitely. I would say on a night out scenario as well, you can wear it casual, dress it up a little bit. I wouldn't really wear it to too many close people because, as many people have said, if you smell it really closely, it does smell pretty harsh. But I think this is a very versatile fragrance, almost signature scent worthy. So I'm going to break it down like this. With the versatility factor, Michael Jordan Legend gets a 3 out of 5, Perry Ellis M gets a 3.5 out of 5, and the winner again of this category is Salvatore Ferragamo F Black, which is going to get a 4 out of 5 just because I think it can be worn very nicely in the fall and in the spring and for more scenarios. Alright, let's finish things up with the compliment factor. Very surprising with this one. I have gotten a pretty good, better than average amount of compliments with every single one on this list. Start off with F Black. I've honestly gotten the least amount of compliments with this. This is definitely a love it or a hate it. I've had some people that have really enjoyed it, and I have people that didn't like it. As for Michael Jordan Legend, yes, I actually have gotten some compliments with this one. A few here and there, nothing too crazy, but people generally seem to like it. And very surprisingly, the highest compliment getter of this list was Perry Ellis M. I remember when I first got this on, I would actually receive a compliment pretty much every time that I wore it. It just did really good, especially in the opening. Definitely a crowd pleaser, very smooth, and people definitely seem to gravitate towards this. So like I said, all of these get good compliments, better than average. Michael Jordan Legend gets a 3.5 out of 5 for this category. Perry Ellis M is going to get a 4 out of 5, and Salvatore Ferragamo F Black will get a 3.5 also. So now we come to the final rating. Let me tell you what fragrance came in third place. It was this one, Michael Jordan Legend. This is the cheapest of the list and also the most synthetic smelling. However, if you want a nice, sweet, airy, gourmand fragrance that is going to be a people pleaser, this is really good. Better performance than you would expect for an eau de cologne as well. Okay, this is a big one now. If I show you this one, by the power of deduction, you will know what the number 1 is. So I'm just going to show it to you right now. Number 2 place is this one right here, Perry Ellis M. Really nice. This is a very much cheaper alternative to Chanel Allure Homme. Great value, really nice performance on this one. Good compliment factor as well. And if you are more of a mature gentleman, this will be the one on the list for you, hands down. And obviously, by the power of deduction, like I said, the number 1 has got to be this one, Salvatore Ferragamo comes in first place. This is definitely the most unique of the list, the most talked about for a reason. Even though it is the most expensive, it's still under 30 bucks, very easily affordable. Very nice smell, very masculine, awesome performance, very, very versatile as well. And yeah, I would say definitely believe the hype. This one is a go in my opinion. Go check out F Black if you have not already done so. So that was my winter budget battle list. Of course, let me know who you thought should have won this battle in the comment section down below, as well as letting me know what you thought about this video. So that will be it for me, guys. Hopefully I will see you back on my channel sometime soon. Got a lot of great content coming out for you. And as always, stay smelling great. See ya.